Romance is spiritual. Romantic love is part of God's character. You cannot understand love and romance in marriage without understanding God's love for man. Just as He woos us to follow after Him and express our love for Him, so a husband and wife attempt to win each other's affections. Imagine God coming down in the cool of the day to fellowship and communicate with Adam and Eve in the garden. While we cannot base marriage solely on romantic feelings, we also cannot deny our need for closeness and intimacy. Without romance and intimacy, there is a possibility of isolation and loneliness. When Isaac had been there a long time, Abimelech, king of the Philistines, looked down from a window and saw Isaac caressing his wife Rebekah. Genesis 26:8. 9. Isaac, as spiritual and anointed as he was, still had time to sit under a tree, romancing his wife Rebekah. It is true that you will always find time for what you love. I find it personally interesting that God found romance and sex so important that He dedicated an entire book in the Bible, Song of Solomon, to encourage us to experience it. Although the Song of Solomon has a spiritual meaning and application, it is considered by a large number of scholars as primarily God's description of what a romantic relationship between man and wife should be like. Just look at how the book begins. May He kiss me with the kisses of His mouth, for your love is better than wine, your oils have a pleasing fragrance. Draw me after you and let us run together. Song of Solomon 1:2-4a. When two people are committed by marriage, complacency may be their undoing if they aren't paying attention to romance. Romance signifies intimacy, which involves affection, sexuality and togetherness. The foundation of a marriage is a commitment of unconditional love. Romance is an outward expression of that love. Some sparks for romance: 1. Every day, make it a habit to tell your spouse before he or she leaves for work, that you look forward to seeing him or her at the end of the day. 2. Make calls or send romantic texts during the day. 3. Shower your spouse with admiration. Your spouse wants to be admired for their beauty, sacrifice, leadership, intelligence, natural endowment, etc. Be your spouse's number one cheerleader. 4. Understand what is romantic to your spouse. Trying to meet your partner's romantic needs requires understanding of their perspective. What is romantic to a woman is different from what a man considers to be romance. 5. Express your love verbally at all times. There is nothing bad in saying I love you as many times as possible. 6. Do getaways. Once in a while, like Isaac and Rebekah. Go out alone with your spouse. Just about your courtship days, talk about your plans and expectations, etc. Just enjoy each other's company. 7. Avoid being boring. Many spiritual people are really boring. Stop looking too serious. Be lovely and interesting to be around. Make people feel at home around you. This will make your spouse enjoy your company. No one wants to stay with a boring person no matter the anointing they carry.